right, good evening. This is HK7335 coming at you live from Colorado. It's 8:30 and we're going to play around in Unreal some more. We need to get something here. First, we have no background ambience. Actually been kind of scrambling all day with some different aspects of what I'm doing here. I was going to do some texturing, but there's a lot of different ways that we can texture this thing to get optimization, and that's really what I'm trying to kind of focus in on, and there's still way too much I don't know. So I think that I'm going to hold off on texturing tonight and continue with more pure level design and continue blocking out the space. So we're in Blender here, and I'm going to be adding the rear door, and I'm hoping that I can put in some placeholder doors that we can then animate, so when we walk up to them they actually open up and then close when we go through. So without further ado, that's what we're going to do here. So first things first, let's get some ambient sounds going. Let's bring that up. All right. Sound effects. Sci-fi ambient, and here we go. Okay, all right. Now it feels like an HK7335 stream. All right, so what we have here is this is actually the bulkhead that is around the rear hatch, and we're placing the rear hatch right now in space. I'm going to go ahead and set its position. Let's see, and I'm going to make this one piece. So I'm going to go apply location, and I'm going to apply rotation and scale. Let's see, I need to do one other thing here. Actually, I need to bring my Twitch page. Yes, I'm here. Hi, 842. Did you see what I wrote to you? I sent you a little thing. I was gonna see if you wanted to come in and chat. I sent you a whisper. And if you're interested and you are geared up, then... Oh, did I close Discord? Well, I better do something about that. All right, give me another second here. Okay, actually, let's do it this way. Yeah, I'm kind of all aflutter today. I'm sort of cramming and engulfing huge amounts of information in a very short time. All right. Hey, Shadow. Good to see you. So 842, are you interested in chatting and hearing your voice instead of just texting? Okay, well, hang on. I'm sending you a link to my server. Do you have Discord? Yes, but. What's the but? Let's go ahead and do some work while we're talking. All right, well, I sent you the link. So if you want to join us and chat, that would be really cool. You've been pretty much the most consistent follower since I started this thing. Oh, and speaking of followers, I actually have a couple of new followers. I'd like to just give a shout out to them. I've got Damascus and oh no, those are followed channels. Let's see my followers here. Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Damascus. Thank you for following. Also, Big D 1964. Zumba Games FIFA. I hope I said that right. I did say hi to Straggles the other day. Straggles followed. And my latest follower is Cream Exemplar. thank you for following Cream Exemplar. I really appreciate it. And all the others who just joined in over the last few days, really great for you guys to follow me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to my channel. All right. So, oh, you don't have a mic. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem for the time being. All right, let's get back to what we're doing here, because we're only got an hour. We only have an hour. All right, so this is our rear hatch, and this is the bulkhead that is right before it. So first we'll take this guy out. I don't even think it has a UV map yet, so it's not going to be mappable, but I just want to get it into the scene. So I'm going to go ahead and export this as an FBX, and we'll go to where it needs to go. All right, this is going to go into walls and bulkheads. We'll call this the rear entry or rear hatch bulkhead. And we'll make sure we're on our correct preset. And export. And then we'll go into UE4. And let's bring it in. Let's go ahead and import it. Components, walls and bulkheads, and where is it? Rear hatch bulkhead. Okay. Import all. It's going to yell at me and say that it has no UV map. And it has no collisions, which is good, because I don't want it to have any of that stuff. Okay, so there it is. So now this thing I actually positioned at 0, 0, 0. So I know the X needs to be on 0. This is the X. This needs to be right on 0, so we'll do that. And then we can just slide it back and put it where it needs to go. And it needs to go right here, I believe. Let's see. Okay, it actually needs to come back on the Y just a little bit. There was like a slider here, so I could just slide this thing back. Oh, let's see. All right, let's just move that back to about right there. That should be good. Now it should be just intersecting that other bulkhead. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Now we're going to duplicate this thing. Control W, and we're going to put it back on 0. We're going to rotate it on the z-axis 180 degrees. Perfect. Wow, that worked out really good. All right, so we have a back wall finally. Now we'll get this other object in. Let's go back into Blender. Let's see, Alt Tab. Okay, so now we'll deal with this guy. And I think I'm going to keep this guy. Oh, hey, 802. How you doing? That would be awesome. I would love to get access to all 3 of your followers. That would be really cool. I'm just talking to 842. Okay, so let's get back. Doing the insane boring task of UVs. Yeah, tell me about it. I have to do that for a lot of stuff. I should do it tonight, but I'm not going to because I'm still blocking things out. So we're just these objects are looking good, but they don't have their UVs yet. They're rough geometry, they need some polishing and details. But they'll do the job for now because, like I said, we're just blocking out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just apply this mirror modifier for now. You can always cut this object in half again. And I'm going to go ahead and export it. Well, the first thing I need to do, okay, it is zeroed out. Everything, its location is 0, its rotation is 0, and its scale is 1. So we're going to go ahead and export this. And we'll call this the rear hatch. And export. And now we'll go back into UE. And we'll bring it in. Rear hatch. Import. It actually hasn't screamed at me yet for not having any UVs. Okay, we're pretty close there. So X is 0. And that actually looks pretty decent. It needs to move back a little bit. Let's move it back. Yeah. Uh-oh. Looks like we have some normals that are facing the wrong way. Wow, this thing's like inside out. Okay, we can fix that really quick. First I'm going to align it though, because I can see where it needs to go. It needs to come back just a little bit. Right there. Right there. Okay, so we'll go back into Blender. And we have to fix this. So we'll go to edit mode and we will go control, actually we'll just go W, flip normals. Oh, now it looks right. I wondered why it was so dark. Hey, Jim. Glad to see you're here, 886. You want to, do you want to get on the chat? And 802, do you want to get on the chat? I'm going to invite you. Hang on, I'm still figuring this stuff out. Sent you a link through Twitch. And let's try 802. Hello. Yes, I am live on Discord. So if anybody wants to join. Okay. There's a lot of micromanagement to this stuff. You know, I mean, not only am I working in two 3D programs right now, I was working in 3 earlier. I really want to pay attention to what you guys are saying. Sent you the link, 886. Check your whisper. Should have a message on your Twitch page. All right, let's send one to 802. Okay, 802. I sent you the link. It'd be cool to have some other voices on here instead of me just being the lone voice in the wilderness. Alright, so let's resave this, export, FBX. Actually, we need to go back into object mode. And this is the rear hatch. And we'll export it. Now we'll go back into Unreal. And we'll re-import the object. There we go, that looks better. Yeah, now it looks like a something. So I think something that would be fun to do here would be to, let me see if we can add an animated door. So I was kind of I had done this once before, and I learned how to do it way back when I first started learning Unreal Engine. I was doing all the tutorials from Epic, and there was a lot to take in. But it's been a while because I've been mostly focusing on building things and texturing them and trying to make them look cool. And I haven't been focusing as much on level design as I should. But I just kind of did a quick refresher. I don't think I went all the way through it. But let's see. You guys are on. You're in my.
I think is this working?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I have to do a push to talk, so it's not automated.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm here too. So.
Awesome. Cool. Glad you guys could join.
Cool, man. I'm only here for just a bit.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I really just appreciate you showing up and supporting the channel and being a part of this craziness. But yeah, I mean,
For sure, man.
Stay as long as you can, and I mean, if you got to go, you got to go. I totally get that. I'm only going to be on for an hour, so we got about another 40 minutes to go. So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it could be fun. So I'm just going to grab a geometry, some geometry. I'm just going to grab a box and bring it in, and I'm going to make a door out of it. What do you think? You should just do like one big giant door that just drops down like a drawbridge, or nah, it should be 2 sliding doors, because that's actually what's going to be in there. I want to see if I can make this work. I think that would be cool. I wonder if I can do this with a box. I should be able to. It doesn't have its pivot points set up the same way that door objects typically have. But all we need is to get its position, and we're only going to be moving it on one axis of movement. So I think I can move this in. Oh, I want to turn on snapping here. I need movement snapping. Yeah, just movement snapping. Yeah, it's set really small. I think that's good right there. Okay. So we want to get this kind of in the slot. Oh, I'm still in the editor. I need to get out of that and go into this. We'll still need to edit it some more, but I kind of want to get it lined up in this slot. All right, now we'll go back into the editor, and we'll move this guy up, way up. It'll be pretty tall, I think. And, oh, you know what? I wonder, maybe I should just make some doors. That could be better, because then I can make sure they're actually centered at 0. Yeah, I'm going to delete this. Let's get out of here. Delete that. Okay, so let's go back into Blender and just make some cheap doors real quick. Cheap doors. Here we go. So we'll set our cursor like right here at the center. Move the cursor to the center, and we'll hit Shift A, and we'll bring up a cube. Add a mirror modifier to it, just for fun. Turn off merge for now. And we'll go to the top view, and we'll move this over. And let's see, let's go ahead and apply location. Hey, yes, who is the screen key thingy on? Oh, no, it's not. Let's turn the screen key thingy on. There it is. Where is it? Why isn't it showing up? Okay. Oh, because it's way over there. Let's bring it down here. There we go. I wonder why it moves all the time. Alright, let's go to edit mode. And let's move this face right here. Let's go to face mode. Actually, it's, yeah, face mode. To select the vertices of that, and we're going to set them all at 0. Alright, now go back up here, and I can see this groove here, so that's what we're gonna aim for. So I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to scale this on the y-axis so it's really small, like that. That should be good. Move it down in here. I think I should go into wireframe mode for this. Yeah, that's good. Now I can kind of see what's going on. Cool. Now I'll unselect, and then I'll box select these points. And I'm going to move these way over here, about right there. And then we'll go to the front view so we can see what we're doing here. Unselect, and then we'll box select these top points and do that. So is there anybody here? I don't hear you guys saying anything. What's going on? What's going on with you
I'm
guys?
here.
Just watching.
Watching and
Right on. Well, ask me questions or, say mean things to me or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm all alone.
I'm here. I'm just watching and drinking coffee.
Right on. Are you at the tree?
No, I'm here at home.
Oh, right on. Yeah, there's good coffee there too.
Oh, big vat of it.
Right on. It's never enough. Okay.
No, I'm just silently cursing myself over here.
Why is
Don't
that?
mind. Oh, just UVs and subdivisions not playing.
Oh, is this an IMPS thing that you're working on?
Oh yeah, it's the one of the walk.
One of the walkers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Like actually one of the full-size walkers or one of the chicken walkers?
Chickaboo.
Oh, cool. What part of it is it?
Oh, it's just the upper head, some of the upper armor.
Oh.
I couldn't get away with normal poly, so I had to subdivide it to smoother out. But now the UVs are going screw you.
Oh, because you already made the UVs and then you had to oh shit, hold on. You changed it when you had the subdivisions.
No, not like that. It's just the way the subdivisions work with the UVs, because there's certain parts that are.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh.
Is this off the boo that 882?
Yes.
Well, let me do this again.
Well, it's one of them. Still another one to do.
The boo that 882 made? You mean that Eric? Oh, you mean Eric's boo? The one he
Yeah,
designed?
it's one of the
Yeah.
two that he designed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it the one, the practical he made?
Yeah, it's both of the practicals. This one is the taller of the two.
888.
Okay.
888.
Okay.
Did you get that link I sent you? Oh, and thanks for being here, by the way. It's cool. I just sent you a link. I think I did. I'm clicking in the box on Twitch to send it to you. Ah, there it goes. Finally. I had to hit enter like 5 times. Wow. Hey, feel free to join us on Discord. It's going to be, I'm only going to let a few people in, but there's only a few people here right now anyway. Shadow, are you on? No, Shadow's not on. Okay. I guess Shadow doesn't want to come on. We're going to see if we can get 842 in here too. But not tonight. Yeah, UVs can be a real pain. Do you do all your UVs in Maya, or do you use a third-party UV editor?
Well, when it comes to mechanical, I'll use Maya because it's not that big of a deal. But I'll usually break off into I forgot the name of it for faces and stuff.
Oh, is it like there's one I've been looking at called like Hedis UV or something like that. It's supposed to be pretty good. All right, I'm gonna save out this store object here. Actually, I need to go ahead and apply my mirror modifier and then break this thing into 2 pieces. All right, so let's get out of wireframe and let's get rid of these things here. Let's get rid of that rear hatch. Where is it? Let's go back to object mode. Get rid of this and hide it, and then we'll go back to this and edit it. And there should be a poly in there. I wonder. There we go. Okay, so I should be able to separate that out now, and it should be a solid piece. Separate selection. Okay. Let's go back to object mode. And I need these guys to be right up on the x-axis. So I'm going to do that here. Put it right there. That should work. Just make sure these are actually on 0. They don't have to be right on 0, but I want them to be close. Alright, and then we'll do the same thing for this other one. Need to hide that thing, whatever it is. Actually, maybe I can just go underneath it. There we go. Yeah, UVs. I got a lot of that to do. Do you want me to UV all that stuff on the Relentless that I'm working on, or do you want to handle that?
I think probably a good split, so
Okay.
neither of us go crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm keeping it all parted out, so first of all, it's going to be way easier to map, and second of all, you will be able to decide what you need at any given time, and you can just get rid of things or combine them. I mean, I really wanted to give you, a lot of flexibility on your end with what you wanted to do with them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, no, it's well, I'll definitely be using man, I cannot think of names tonight. The texture program, Substance Painter.
Oh,
There.
Substance
I'll
Painter. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely be using that.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Yeah, seeing the Relentless done up in Substance, that's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this thing needs to come up just a little bit more, so let's just move it up just a scotch. Actually, what I should do is copy the location of the other one. But that looks good. I mean, we're just doing this for fun right now. These aren't the final doors. All right, so let's see. Where are we? This is cube 01 and cube. Okay, so we're going to rename this to, let's see, which side are we actually on here? I need to figure out, is this the left or the right? So I need to bring the rear hatch back in. Is this it? Yeah, all right, there it is. So this is we'll call this one the left and this one the right, as if you're walking out of the bridge into another part of the ship. So we'll call this rear door left, or rear hatch left, and actually it doesn't need to be a hatch door. It should just be a hatch left, and we'll make this one hatch right. There we go. Okay, so now we'll save this, export VX, call this hatch right. And export, and then we'll do this one. And this will be hatch left. Don't need a colon in there. Only humans need colons. Yes. All right, so let's bring these in. Hatch left and hatch right. We'll bring both of them in at the same time. All right, so let's see. We need to go on this side so we get our point of view correct. And we'll bring in hatch left. Whoa. Wow, it's huge. Oh, what happened? Why do I have two pieces? Oh, I brought in both pieces. Okay. Well, that's fine. So we'll put this guy at 0 on the X, and we'll put this guy at 0 on the X, and they actually look like they're pretty much in the right spot. Wow. I don't actually know how that happened, but that's very cool. All right, so I'm going to save everything first. This is cool. We actually have a back wall now. We've almost enclosed the area and blocked it off from empty space. Hi, Primitive AI. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Prim. Thanks for stopping by.
Cool. Oh, 5 a.m. Wow. You must be somewhere else other than USA. Across the pond, perhaps?
Oh, much prettier place than that.
Oh, yeah? Wow, well, yeah, England is not that pretty. Oh, Croatia. Wow. Yeah, I heard that's beautiful over there.
I didn't know if he wanted me to say, yeah, I know when I found out, I was jealous.
I bet. Hi, Shadow. Thanks for joining us. Nice to hear you on the chat.
Hi, HK.
All right, so I need to add a volume called a box trigger.
Welcome.
Is that Caleb?
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Is
man.
that Pete?
Yes, it is.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not
Howdy.
much.
Good stuff. Good stuff going on.
Thanks. Yeah,
Hey.
there's a lot going on here. I mean, we're doing the inside and the outside of this ship, so it's pretty fun. I thought the Unreal stuff was a little more interesting for Twitch, so I'm kind of focusing on that. Plus, I still bounce it back and forth between Blender, and we were going to go into Substance Painter today. Have you seen the bridge yet?
No, you can show me.
Well, here it is. If you're watching on Twitch, then you can see
Yeah,
it.
it'd be about 30 seconds behind. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how I hear myself twice in your conversation twice.
Oh, wow. There's that much of a
You-
delay.
You gotta mute the Twitch channel, Caleb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to do that. Well, thanks for
All right.
stopping by, Primitive AI. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Probably don't need to talk that loud. It's like, it's not like he's like across the room or something.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just enthusiastic. All right, so these
That was-
doors look really dark. I'm wondering if we've got, now I can see them, so there's no flipped normals going on. I think they just have a really dark material on them. All right, so box trigger, trigger volume, I think that's going to be it. Why doesn't it have the weird little symbol in it?
Do I know Shadow Realm?
You might. Yeah, you do. You know Shadow Realm. You guys all know Shadow Realm.
The voice did sound familiar.
Yeah.
Good to hear ya. You doing well?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Doing real good.
Awesome.
So I guess they don't call a box trigger anymore. I'm thinking it's this trigger volume because it's got this little button. So I'm guessing that's it. I'm going to go ahead and size it up so it fills the door. And we'll use it to actually trigger both doors simultaneously. So when you get to about here, the doors should start opening. I think I'll have them start opening a little bit sooner, so we'll make the volume a little bit larger. And now here's where the fun begins, where I get to monkey around in the level level blueprints. Okay, that's big enough. So I'm going to bring up my notes. Okay, so I created the box trigger, and now I'm going to open I need to make sure that's selected, so I'm going to go to the blueprints, and I'm going to go to the level blueprint. This is where things get pretty weird. This is all like the visual programming for Unreal. So the first thing I need to do is add an event node. So I'm going to right click and add, I wish this would go away, it keeps blocking my notes. I need to add an on actor, let's see, where is it? Oh, on actor begin. On actor begin overlap. Okay, so put that in there. And then we're going to add an actor end overlap. Oh no, did they change the name? Add actor end overlap. Let's see. Yeah, the thing I was looking at is actually from version 4.12, which is a long time ago. Let's see. Add event, actor. Oh, it's under collision. Here it is. All right. I wonder if it's supposed to say trigger volume. Yeah, it should. Let me bring this one in again. Let's see. Add actor. Begin. Okay, that's not working. Is there a space? Actor and overlap. It's all one word. Okay, so let's go to actor, event, collision, add actor, begin, overlap. There it is. Okay, that's the one we want. All right, so the next thing I'm supposed to do is add a timeline. So I'm going to go timeline, set timeline, cast to timeline component. Oh boy, I might not be able to do this. Get timeline. I just want a timeline. And I don't know if I've got the right thing here. Add timeline. Let's do that one. There it is. Okay, cool. And we'll go ahead and name this something. We'll call this, no, I don't want to do that. Let's just name it. We'll call it doors open. All right. Wow, we made it through there. All right, so I'm going to connect the first node to the play button. So when the player walks into the trigger volume, it will play the animation, and then when they leave it, it's going to reverse it. So I'm going to connect the second one to reverse. And then I need to determine the door movement next. So we'll back out of here. We'll just put this tab up here for now. And let's do a save all. And I'll set my grid to 10. Let's go to W, and I'm going to select this door. Oh, I didn't move it. Nope, I didn't. And we'll see. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's probably good right there.
5, 6, 12, 9.
So 30. So 300 units is what, because we were moving in increments of 10 units. So that's how far it goes. So the next thing I have to do is put that back where it goes. Yeah, 300. Okay. That makes it easy. Actually, it could have just gone like this. Boop. So we can say 340. That's what we'll do. I should have just looked down at the location value because it's starting on 0. So, duh. All right.
All right, you guys have a good night. I'm out.
Okay, man. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Hey, man, you too. Good night, everyone. It's good stuff.
Thanks.
Good night, 8088.
Good night.
88. Good night.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see what we got to do now. Okay, now we're going to double click on the timeline in here. We're going to open it up, and we need to add a vector track. And where do I do that? Good question. Actually did. Oh, here we go. Add a track. I want to add a track. Oh, here we go. What's this? We got a function, float track, vector track. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to set a keyframe at 0, and we only want to make sure that these two are off because we only are moving on the X. Add key to X, and its value should be 0. And its time should be 0. All right, and then I want to see. Uh-oh. Undo that. So let's see. This is probably 1 second, I'm guessing. So how fast should those doors open? Let's say 3 seconds. So we'll go out to 3 seconds. And we'll add a keyframe somewhere up here.
I guess it depends on if you're running
Oh.
towards the door or walking.
Well, yeah, but you remember close the blast doors. I mean, you know, those things took forever to close. Why does it
That
keep
is true.
asking me to add a key to all curves? I only want to add a key. Let's just add a key to X. Let's
How about
push.
4 seconds?
Now let's make it. You think 4 seconds? I mean, you walk into the door by then. Let's go ahead and make it 4. What the heck? We can always change it later. I kind of like that, and the value needs to be 300. Is it positive 300 or negative 300? Let's move this back. It is positive. Okay. All right, so we'll go back in here. We'll make this. Oh, where's our keyframe? Hello. How do you zoom this out? Oh my goodness. This is where it gets funky. There we go. Good old A. A seems to do the trick. All right.
That makes sense. Zoom is A.
I know, but also like, you know, zoom out, center everything up. A. It's awesome. Okay, now I'm going to select both these keyframes and I'm going to add in a select curve. Oh no. What's this? Add color track. I want to right click and go to auto cubic interpolation. All right, so now we've got an ease in and ease out for the door. So that's for one door. I wonder if I have to do 2 box triggers, because then they're going to both open the same way.
Can you just copy that and add it in?
Well, theoretically, yeah, I can. Well, let's just worry about one door for now and see what we get.
And then just reverse the direction, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be a reverse animation. We'd still start out on 0, but we'd end up at negative 300 instead of positive 300 on the X. So yeah, I mean, the animation's really simple. It's, you know, 2 frames. Can't get any easier than that. Let's see here. So we added that first keyframe, and we did that. Now we need to create a reference to the door. I may need to add another timeline. I think that's probably what I'll need to do. So this is going to be, we're going to call it, I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call this left door open. Because I have a feeling I'm going to need to make a second timeline. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go Control W, and I'm going to add this timeline here. And I'm going to call this, oh, no. Oh. Okay, let's kind of bring this back. Let's call it, take that off. And let's rename this, see if we can rename it. There's usually a rename. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll call this right door open. All right, and I got a feeling I'm probably going to have to bring these down here and bring these down here. And that's a reverse. Oh, why isn't it letting me connect these up? Oh no. It won't let me drag another pin off. Okay. Alright, well I'm going to go back to this then. And we'll stick with this one door. And then I'll figure out how to add the other one in. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Now, I need to create a reference to the door. So I need to go under here. We can get rid of event tick. That doesn't need to be here. But this we do want, and we want to create a reference to the door. Oh, I've got to select the door first. All right. Okay, it is selected. The door is selected. Is that the door? Yes. Okay. Got to make sure it's not the trigger volume. All right. So we want to create a reference. Create a reference to hatch left. Perfect. All right. And after we do that, we're going to add a get actor location. Get actor location right here. All right. And then after that, and you know, I'm just following along with what I saw. I don't really understand programming. I understand it on a very rudimentary level. And I mean, that's essentially what I'm doing here, though. I'm kind of using this visual scripting thing in Unreal. And it's actually pretty easy. It's just learning all the stuff. But there's fortunately awesome people out there who really understand this stuff and are really good at explaining it. All right, so after I do that, then, let's see. Okay, we created the reference to the door. We got the get actor location. Now I need to drag off the return value pin and promote it to a variable. Cool. All right, and we're going to name this variable initial door location. So we're going to rename this. Call it initial door location. All right, so there's that. We're getting there. And you know, I actually didn't finish the tutorial because it was time for me to start my stream. So we may actually have to watch the very, very last part of this together. How are we doing for time?
Nice.
We've only got 10 minutes. Well, we'll get some of the way through this, at least. Yeah, the guy was just talking really slow and explaining everything, kind of like I'm doing. And I'm like, come on, man, hurry up. I gotta start my stream. So.
Oh, God.
But I got most of it. I think where I left off is really, really close to being done. But he started adding some other stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, so we got, where did we get to? We created the reference, we get the actor location, and we've got the initial door location, and we need to connect the executable from event begin play, which is right here, to this. Okay, cool. So that's going. Let's get this guy out of here. Get out of there, you. All right. Now I need to copy the door reference and paste it below the timeline. So that would be this thing here, I believe. So I'm going to Control W. Wait, I thought that was supposed to copy it. Why isn't it copying it? Do I just hit W? No. Copy. And then we'll go down to here. We'll move this out of the way. And we'll paste right there. Okay. And drag off the blue pin and add a set actor location. There it is. Cool. Ooh, craziness. You know, the hardest part about working in two different 3D programs is when their movement controls are not the same. I'm really looking forward to the final, the release version of Blender 2.8 because they switched everything over to left clicking, so now they're just like everybody else.
Good Lord.
Yeah. No, it looks awesome though. I've already been playing around with the beta and it's nice, but it's just not stable. I mean, they release a new version every day. You have like nightly builds that they put out, so you can kind of continually update version 2.8 and see how it's coming along and see what they broke. Wow. Well, yeah, it can definitely do that. It's there's a lot going on under the hood with Blender. So, hi, the front line. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Blender makes my brain hurt too, especially in the beginning, but I've been using it for about 4 years now, and I love it. But I came from Lightwave, so pretty much anything would have been better.
Me too, the front line. Bakes my brain watching him do this.
See, now I felt that way about Max. I was working in Lightwave when I first got introduced to 3D Studio Max, and I thought it was just too many bells and whistles going on. It was like everything had a button and a sub panel and a sub panel under that, and some of your tools were like 5 or 6 layers deep. And yeah, I mean, if you're working at a studio, you kind of have to know Max or Maya or even both sometimes. Blender is starting to make its way into studios, though. It's definitely making its presence known. All right, so what's our next section here? All right, I added the set actor location. Grab the update pin. See, now it seems to me that I wrote more stuff. Grab the update pin and connect to the sector set actor location. What's the update pin? Oh, this thing here. So I need to set that to this executable, I'm guessing. Okay, and add the initial door location variable to the new location pin. So I need to bring this down here, and I want to set initial door location. I think. Now, is that right? I don't remember if it was a get or a set. Let me crack open that tutorial real quick and see what it is. Oh, now see, his is just a thing. Okay, here's
Control and drag that into the graph. And when we do, that's going to get what's called a getter.
Oh, okay. He wants it to get. Okay. So when he did it, it didn't give you the option. So we're going to tell it to get. All right. There it is. That looks right. That's what it's supposed to look like. And I think we're going to connect this to the yellow pin. Okay. So let's see. And that's about where I left off with the tutorial. And now he's adding something else
there is
here.
Vector plus vector.
Oh, he's adding a vector plus vector. So actually, I don't want to connect this yet. So I'm going to drag this off. I think if you hit Control and click, you can get rid of that. Okay, so I want to pull up this and add vector plus vector. Vector plus vector right there. Okay. And let's see what he does next.
Now, this is just a little nitpicky thing. What we're going to do is connect our movement to this. But you can see this wire is connected to the top. We could just do this. It's totally fine. Totally up to you to do that. But I'm going to be really nitpicky here. I'm going to Control Z. I'm going to hold Control and grab this pin and move it down there.
Oh, I see.
Just for the sake of clarity.
Okay, so he wants to connect. He wants us to connect. He wants us to hold Control and move this connection down here. And then we're going to drag this guy down here. So his nitpicky thing was he doesn't like the wires crossing, even though we've got one crossing here. So, all right. We're going to make this damn door move. We're almost done with this.
And then we're connect our movement to this pin. Don't cross the streams is what I've been told, so I'm doing it that way.
Well, you have a stream crossing.
Okay, and the last pin, as you guessed it, is going to plug into our new location.
Okay.
So sweep and all this other stuff we don't need to worry about. This is everything that we need right here. So we're going to hit compile.
Oh, cool. We're
and
compiling.
We'll hop back over to our level here.
All right.
And we'll back up a
And
little
we'll
bit.
save it.
We're going to hit play.
And we're going to hit play.
And I'm going to turn my
We're gonna
sound
see
down
what
so you don't
happens.
hear that.
Now, if I did this right,
And
only
use
one door will
WSD. We're
open.
going to move as we approach
Oh, let me
it.
shut this guy
Door
off
open.
first.
And it's
Okay,
stable.
thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. No, it was. Are you sure? You think it was vector multiply vector? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. If the door goes flying off into space, then you'll probably be right. Oh, nothing's happening. Wow. Okay, something is not right here. We have no functioning door. All right. Well, let's back out of this and find out what I did wrong. Yeah, I do need to add. Let me go back into the level editor and let's see what, or the level blueprint, I should say. Oh, it is a multiply. You're right. No, yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of that, and let's go vector, not Vader, vector plus vector. Okay, this is the one I want right here. Okay. All right, now I think we've got it right. So we're gonna put this one here, we're gonna put this one here, and we're gonna put this one here. Thanks for pointing that out, Frontline. Probably would have taken me hours to spot that. It would have been, it looks right, what's wrong? Okay, so we'll recompile. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. And I need all the help I can get with Unreal. There's a lot to learn here. Alright, let's push play and see if it works. I didn't get any errors with the compile, so I'm hoping that I get this right. I mean, if I put things in the wrong place, really? Why aren't you opening? It's not doing anything. I'm wondering about this volume. I feel like it's the right volume. It's a trigger volume. In the video I was watching, it was called a box trigger, and I know that's what they called it in the early days of Unreal. My outliner is absolutely atrocious. Oh, you mean the way I have everything arranged? Yeah, I've just been kind of going with the default setup. What's a better workspace? You mean, oh, you mean the world outliner? Oh, the way I've got everything. I just loaded in a bunch of stuff the other day. I actually have things in subfolders, so I do some housekeeping in here. See, all this stuff is, but I added in a ton of. Well, I added in basically one object, and then I duplicated it a whole bunch of times. So I haven't actually done the housekeeping for those objects yet. But no, I know what you're saying. I like to keep things organized too, and I do have things, but this is all stuff I've done over the last couple of days, so I definitely need to go through and clean up some of this, because yeah, there's way too much to scroll through. One of the things that's annoying though is every time I open Unreal, it opens up all my folders, so I have to go and close them again. But that's all right. Thanks for pointing that out though, I appreciate it. Yeah, good housekeeping is in these programs with your files, it's really important. I think we're just about near the end.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping, yes. Hey, a voice, another voice, cool. Right
Yeah, see, I'm just here for moral support. I have no idea what any of this is.
You have morals?
No, I'm here for moral support. I did not say I had morals.
Oh, you're here
No.
for more L support.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, the reason why I made the trigger, oh, the person speaking, that's Shadow Realm. The reason why I made the trigger that big is so you could approach the door from different angles and not necessarily have to walk right to the middle of it. So that's the reason for that. This is only the second door I've ever made, and the first one worked because I was actually following a tutorial, and the version of Unreal that I was doing it in was the same as the one in the tutorial. Actually, it looks like everything's pretty much the same now in version 4.21, but I think I did something wrong because clearly it's not working. But we'll go ahead and push play one more time and just see what happens. So I'm just glad that I got a back wall there. Oh, I think I need to move this stuff forward because I've got a gap up there. Well, that's okay for now. This is all just blocking right now. We're just blocking this stuff out. Yeah, I need to be consistent with actually level designing and not worry about making things look pretty. I mean, obviously I've already tried to do that on a bunch of stuff because I just couldn't wait to see what it would look like with all the cool substance textures on it. So I went ahead and threw texture maps on my, basic version. And I'm going to stop doing that from now on until we get this thing actually pretty much fleshed out with all the placeholder stuff. My doors do not have collision yet. So, do they have to have collision in order for a trigger to work? Frontline? Frontline's asking if my doors... Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. He was saying that it looked like I had disabled collision on the doors, but I actually hadn't even put collision on them because I just loaded them in. I just wanted to see if I could make some cheap doors work, and he's told me that no, I don't have to have collision on them for them to open and close. But I'm going to get them working. So the next time we see this, those doors are going to work. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to... Oh, you want to look at the code? How do we do that? Okay, hold on. This is getting interesting. So we're gonna hang out for just a few minutes. Frontline says, let's look at the code.
Ooh, cool.
How do I bring that up? I'm not a coder, so I know this is C++, but do you know the way to bring the code up?
So maybe just a tab or something, a view, and
you want to look at the blueprint, the level blueprint. Here we go. Okay, I brought this in because there's actually 2 doors, and I was hoping I could just connect 2 different timelines because they go opposite directions. But I decided to abandon that for now and just focus on 1 door. Oh, you know what? I wonder if there's something up here that's supposed to be connected to something. I don't know. Let's see. So I'm going to see if I can make this a little bigger so we can see this a little more clearly. Pull this down. And we can zoom in just a little bit. Okay, here's the blueprint. This is what I got so far. And I thought it was the same as what this guy had. I need to see what he put up top. I don't think he connected any of this stuff to anything, but there must be something connected to that. Seems like there would be. Okay. No, he hasn't connected it to anything. From persistent level, is that what that says? Yeah, okay. Initial door location. That's all connected up the way he's got it. Let's see. Let's mute this. Okay, so I mean everything looks right. I wonder if it's a timeline. That is seconds, right? That's 4 seconds. Time 4. I'm guessing that's in seconds. That's the only thing that makes sense. Well, I'm going to investigate this in more detail.
It's not milliseconds, is it?
It's not what?
Is that in milliseconds?
It better not be. Who animates in milliseconds? That would be really annoying. It's got to be seconds.
Oh, is this going to get blamed on me?
No. Oh, you do it in Matinee? Frontline suggesting that I do it in the Matinee editor, which is it's a place where you can animate objects. Yeah, I should try that. I should. I'm wondering if Matinee was around. Was Matinee always there? Yeah, I think Matinee came over from the earlier version of UnrealEngine. UnrealEngine 3. Yeah, it is an animation. Well, I thought, you know, I have this timeline here, which I just brought up, and it allowed me to put an animation curve in it. Yeah, UDK, exactly. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Frontline. Couldn't remember what it was called. Unreal Development Kit. And that was for UnrealEngine 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it in Matinee, and if I get it working, then I can break it down. I have done some animation in Matinee, so that shouldn't be too hard. You've been using Unreal since UDK? Wow. Have you contributed any maps to the new Unreal tournament? I'll take that as a no. Since high school. Wow. That's a long time. I mean, how long has 4 been out now? It's been like, what, 4 years? And UDK was out for, that was out for a while. So, well, you know what? I'm going to sign off. But I really appreciate everybody joining in, and especially Frontline for helping out and giving me some,
that was awesome.
giving me some tips. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. We'll be back tomorrow night. Yeah, 08 for UDK. That's right. That's yeah. Wow. So 10 years. Very cool. Well, cool, man. I hope you come back. I'd love to get more pointers from you. I'm very much a noob still with Unreal Engine, and I'm totally open to suggestions. And maybe next time I'll bring you into the chat and we can just talk live. Does that sound good? If you're into it. All right. Wow, cool. All right, gang. Well, I'm going to sign off, and I thank you all for joining, and I'll see you next time. Cool. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same place, Frontline. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So maybe we'll see you tomorrow night. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm out.